Hey, what's up you guys? Alyssa here, and today I'm going to be doing a Thanksgiving video for you. And I know, right? I can't even believe it's this time of year. It doesn't even feel real or possible, but here we are. And so I thought, let's just do something to show you what a vegan Thanksgiving is all about. And I know, and actually this is applicable for all of the upcoming holidays, so keep that in mind. But I know it may seem like a bit odd or a contradiction to be talking about Thanksgiving and vegan or veganism or plant-based in the same sentence, but if you think about it, it really is just all about tradition, right? And so we have traditionally always just eaten turkey or whatever other animal that your family has eaten throughout the years. But tradition doesn't mean that we have to keep doing that, and we can make our own traditions. And the beauty of vegan eating, especially with the holidays, is you can do just that, and you can enjoy all of the goodness that comes with holiday dining, but without the animals, and without the cruelty that goes into having animals on our plates and on our dining tables. And so it really is just about, it's this social culture, right? It's everything that we've grown up believing and taught and thinking, and it's like, well, it doesn't make sense to have Thanksgiving without a turkey. But actually that couldn't be further from the truth, and more people are recognizing that. And so that's why there is such a plethora of vegan, plant-based holiday items available now, because everyone is saying, you know what, no, I don't want that animal on my plate, and so I don't want the cruelty that goes in behind it. And 46 million turkeys are killed just for Thanksgiving alone. It's 46 million. And the tragic part of that as well is, these turkeys and chickens and poultry are one of the most abused animals in the entire industrial agriculture food system. And so what they go through to just end up on our plate for, a few minute long meal is just, it's something that we can't even begin to process unless you've seen it and witnessed it yourself, and I have. And so it just, and then when you see the other side of things and you see how these animals have such amazing personalities, and they're sentient creatures no differently than our dogs and cats at home, and they have unique personalities. And in fact, if you watch any or follow the Southern Maryland Vegan Restaurant Week Facebook page, you will know of Holiday the turkey, and I post videos and from visits there as well. Check it out if you haven't followed him or seen it yet. He is just he's the silliest, funniest, awesome individual, and he has no qualms about letting you know just how handsome he is and strutting his stuff for anybody that comes to visit him. He actually was rescued by my friends Kathy and Lauren. They are up in Calvert County, and they have rescued over 70 animals, and including turkeys and chickens and pig, Pumbaa. And so it's just really amazing and really special to see their unique personalities. And then when you see that, you realize, you know what, I can't eat you, and I can't let you be killed, because you want to live here too, and you want to enjoy life. So I just want to get that out there and explain why it means so much, and kind of put a little bit of context into it as well. So let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the yummy part. This is actually one of my favorite times of the year in terms of vegan food, because there's just so much of it, and it's so good. And you know what? It tastes so, and smells and textures and everything so much like what you're used to. with animal ingredients, that it truly is a time where anyone and everyone can appreciate and enjoy it and love it, and the whole family. And so if you don't make a big issue out of it and say it's vegan, then people like it. As soon as that word is associated with a meal, then it's almost like a lot of times people just shut down and they're like, oh my gosh, that's gross, I can't do it. So don't talk about it unless it's for having these discussions, which are so important, and that's what I encourage too. But in terms of getting people to try stuff, you know, just it's food. It's literally just food. So let's start with the main dish. So instead of your turkey or your stuffed pig, you can pick up holiday roasts that are so incredible, and all this stuff is found locally. So I pick up most of it at the Good Earth in Leonardtown. And if you live further away from there or you're not local, all of the big name grocery stores carry these items. So it's not a problem finding this stuff. So that is not an issue at all. But there's also a site called veganessentials.com, and you can order a ton of stuff, including refrigerated and frozen stuff. And that's a beautiful resource too for everything. So I encourage you to check it out as well, in case, especially now during a pandemic and it's getting more and more difficult to go out and actually shop in person. So back to, so the holiday roast, this is by Gardein, and this is so good. I think it's my favorite. There's two main ones that I love. There's the field roast, hazelnut cranberry roast, and it's stuffed with cranberry, and there's a breading crust around it, which is phenomenal. I love it, love it, love it. And then there's the Gardein one, which has the stuffing in there too, and it just is phenomenal. It's so good. And so this is your main dish, and it is fantastic. So give these a try, and they're massive. So you can, this is good for, you know, a family 4 to 6. I always keep a couple extra on hand anyway, and if it's just a couple of you at home or just you, totally okay too. Gardein also makes the mini version, so it's basically the same thing, but there's 2 stuffed turkey breasts in the package, and so these are great to have on hand too, especially if you want leftovers but you don't want to make a whole other one the next day. These are so great. Gardein also makes the turkey cutlets, and they include the gravy in there as well. And this is just kind of like a lighter version of the stuffed, but we eat these all year round. I love them. And so that kind of takes care of your plant meat portion of the meal. And then of course you can always make your favorite mashed potatoes using non-dairy butter. Miyoko's is my favorite. I picked this up at the Good Earth as well, and it's so good. So your mashed potatoes, which you can easily do, put some tofutti non-dairy sour cream in there and bake that in the oven for some and add I do like a roasted garlic bulb in there too, and have like baked mashed potatoes. My favorite part of the meal because I love potatoes. And a site that has a lot of homemade, really great recipes, especially for this time of year, is called rabbitandwolves.com. And I've mentioned this, I think, in every single one of my videos because I'm obsessed. And they just came out with their holiday menu, so check it out, including some, I think it's like an herb mashed potatoes in there, which is, it's super simple and really delicious. I've made it before too, so yummy. Check that out, rabbitandwolves.com. And then, so you can always make your stuffing no differently. A lot of the packaged stuffing, if you don't want to make a homemade stuffing, a lot of them are vegan. Just double check the ingredients and make sure it doesn't contain any dairy or eggs. I love this. It's just super simple. So one less thing you gotta make from scratch. Your green bean casserole, there are so many recipes online for vegan green bean casserole. I do several that are just phenomenal and taste the same. So instead of using dairy milk, you're going to use like an oat milk, and obviously your non-dairy butter, and turns out just the same phenomenal taste. And even the crispy onions on top, these are automatically naturally vegan. So, you know, ordinary everyday products that aren't screaming the word vegan, there's all kinds of these things out there that are just naturally vegan. Just double check the ingredients and make sure it doesn't contain dairy or eggs, and you're good to go 99% of the time. Cranberry sauce, if you don't, I mean, that's obviously pretty easy to find. Gravy, there's vegan gravy now that's everywhere if you don't want to make your own. Also, these come with gravy in them, so even easier. Making desserts, so Dea makes a pumpkin spice cheesecake, which is phenomenal. This has been bumped around in my freezer now, so it looks pretty sad and beat up, but it's still fantastic. So love it, love it, love it. And if you want to make your own, I make my own oftentimes too. Just take some pumpkin pie, some canned pumpkin pie mix, some vegan cream cheese. I love Kite Hill, and a graham cracker crust. Just make sure obviously that there isn't eggs or honey in the ingredients of the graham cracker crust that's pre-made, or you can make your own too. And whip up the pumpkin pie filling and the cream cheese, whip that up and pour that into you. Add some, you know, all the spices, the cinnamon and the clove and everything, and easy, good to go. Bake that for like 35 minutes and you're good to go. The So Delicious makes the cocoa whip, the vegan cocoa whip that you add on top, and you're good. So this is just a very, very, very small scale what actually is all available. I just tried to grab what I had in my freezer right now, and stopping at the Good Earth and picking up some things. But also marshmallows. For your sweet potato casseroles, you can do that too. Just make sure this brand Dandies, which is found at the Good Earth, they are vegan, and that's one thing to keep in mind about marshmallows is most brands are not vegan. They contain an ingredient called gelatin, and that is a protein that is derived normally from cows and pigs, and it is basically just boiled down bones and ligaments and skin from the animal and put into all sorts of things like Jell-O and candies, Halloween candy especially, skincare products, hair products. So just check to make sure, you know, that the ingredients list doesn't have gelatin. And when you think about it, it's like, ugh, it's really gross. So that is, there's also, if you want to just do like a basic, and you don't feel like cooking like any of the traditional items at all, Good Earth carries a vegan pot pie, and so you can just throw that in as well and do that instead. And so that is it for mainly the primary, you know, store-bought stuff that you're not necessarily making at home. And of course there's so much more than that, but I'll cover another video of things to make and recipes to make, because I like to make a lot of things from scratch, or you know, from recipes too, and not just completely all store-bought stuff. So I think that's gonna be about it right now. Stay tuned, follow the Southern Maryland Vegan Restaurant Week page, and definitely check out Holiday the Turkey on there. And their TikTok page is oh shoot, I just asked Kathy right before I started filming this. I think it's TikTok, or I'm like the only one on the planet that's not on TikTok. So but it's on the Southern Maryland Vegan Restaurant Week page, so you can see it on there and it can be shared from there. It's Kathy and Lauren. So I will let you guys go for now, and as always, let me know if you have any questions, and you know, give it a shot, because it's, like I said, it's all about making new traditions, and you know, and exploring just how good and versatile vegan, animal-free food truly is. And I promise you, your whole family will love it. I know mine does now. So you're good to go. And remember that turkeys are friends, not food. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday if we don't see each other. But I'll be doing some more of these too. So thank you for tuning in, and be well, stay well. Bye.